Hi everybody, welcome back. Time for more yoga. Grab your stuff. I'll give you a few seconds to get those things. I'll see you right back here. Okay, we're going to start today on our belly. Please remember to modify things as they make sense for you. We'll start with a nice Sphinx pose. Come forward, lower all the way down, slide the fingertips forward, hug your elbows in a little bit so they line up underneath your shoulders. Tops of the feet on the mat. Soften the shoulders back. A nice supported backward bend. And gazing softly past the nose. Feel your tailbone lengthen toward the heels. Feel free, if you want to keep it here, you can do so. If you'd like to add on, you can take this into seal pose by pressing through the hands, lifting the elbows, and continuing to gaze softly past the nose. Another option, if you'd like to go for it, is adding a quad stretch, but you'll need to keep your elbows down for Sphinx. Bend the right knee, reach your right hand back to the foot, and draw the heel to the hip. Lengthen your tailbone toward the back leg, your left leg. So you feel the top of the right leg kind of wake up a little bit. There's your quad stretch. One more breath. And letting go, and if you did the first side, do the second. Bend the left knee, reach your left hand back, and draw the heel toward the hip. Keep the tailbone lengthening, almost like scooping the tailbone. And you'll feel the top of the left leg wake up. One more breath. And letting it go, let's come into child's pose. Press onto hands and knees. Separate the knees, toes together. You can reach arms forward or back on the mat. And if your arms are reaching forward, think about turning the palms up. And taking another deep breath or two. Let's come onto hands and knees. Bring the knees in just a little so they line up under your hips. Neutral spine. Inhale, lift the right arm up. We'll thread the needle. Exhaling, right arm under the left. Shoulder on or close to the mat as you look left, and you can stretch the left arm through the top edge of the mat. Going for a nice twisting stretch, or you can lift the left arm and wrap it around the lower back as long as your left shoulder continues opening versus collapsing in. I prefer the twist, so I'm going for the twist today, but you do you. And give it another full breath. Letting go as you return onto hands and knees. Setting up the other side. Inhale, lift the left arm. Exhale, thread under the right side. Shoulder on or close to the mat, looking to the right, and either threading the right arm through the top edge of the mat, or you can lift the right arm and wrap it gently around the lower back. One more breath. Releasing out, returning again onto hands and knees. Let's come into our first downward facing dog. Tuck the toes, lift the hips up and back. Feel free to walk out your feet in the first down dog if this is your first down dog and if that feels good to do. Big inhale, lift the heels up. Exhale, the heels down. Inhale, bring it forward to plank. And chaturanga or drop the knees to modify. Inhale, pull the heart through into your back bend, cobra or up dog. Exhale, back to down dog. One more breath. Little bend in the knees, look forward. Walk or hop your feet to the front. Fold over the legs when you get there, the feet slightly separating, relax the head down, roll up slow to stand. Pressing through the legs as you lift up and away from the mat. Head up, soften the shoulders, standing nice and tall in Tadasana. Gaze past the nose, inhale, sweep the arms around. With your exhale, dive over the legs, arms up and back, interlace fingers, stretch the arms overhead, head down. Hold, breathe in. Hold, breathe out. Hands and fingertips to the mat, lift the chest. Step the left leg back in low lunge, lower the back knee. Ardha Hanuman, half split as you straighten the front leg. Let's give it a full breath. And bending up at the right knee, down dog, step it back. Big inhale, take it forward to plank, chaturanga or modify. Inhale, open the heart. Exhale, press back. Hold, breathing in. Hold, breathing out. Inhaling the right leg high, bend the knee, open the hip, head down. Exhaling, level the hips and bring the knee to the nose, round. Inhale the right leg up. Exhale, low lunge, step through. Step all the way up to the front and fold over the legs, head down. Inhaling, sweep the arms around, rise up, Urdhva Hastasana, lift. Exhale, dive over the legs, arms up and back. Interlace fingers, change the grip so the opposite pinky fingers on top, head down, arms over, breathe in. Hold, breathe out. Hands, fingertips to the mat, chest up. Right leg back in low lunge, lower the knee. Ardha Hanuman, half split. Straighten the left leg, breathe in. Breathe out. Bending up at the left knee, down dog, step it back. Big inhale, roll it forward to plank, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Let's hold one more breath. Inhaling, lift the left leg, bend the knee, open the hip, head down. Exhaling, level and bring the knee to the nose. Inhale the left leg up. Exhale, low lunge, step through. Step all the way up to the front and fold over the legs, head down. Bring the feet together, toes and heels touch, Utkatasana, sit deep, arms up. Dive over the legs, head down. Chest up, step it back, jump it, chaturanga if you choose. We're meeting in down dog. So any way you choose to flow back. Let's hold for a breath in down dog. Inhaling, lift the right leg, bend the knee, open the hip, head down. Exhale, level the hips. Warrior one, step your foot through the hands, back heel spins to the mat, press down and lift up. Look up. You can keep the palms together or separate the hands. Deep bend in the right knee. Reach up. One more breath. Look forward, humble warrior, arms back, interlace fingers, chest up, keep the front knee bending deep as you lengthen, then round down, head down, arms up to the sky. One more breath. Warrior 2, press down, lift up, reach the arms out to the side, look over the right middle finger. One more breath. Reversing the warrior, sweep the right arm over. Skandasana, hands to the inside of the front foot. Let's take it to the left as you stretch the right leg. Bend deep through the left knee. One breath. Back up to warrior 2. Come up, reach out. Right into side angle pose. Drop the right arm down. Either elbow to the thigh, or you can stretch the right arm toward the floor. Sweep the left arm around, coming into your angle, and you can hold it here if you want to wrap the left arm half bind or full bind. If that's in your practice to do, feel free to go for it. Look past the left arm, left shoulder. One more breath. Peeking down at your front foot, Ardha Chandrasana, half moon. Reach the right arm out. Use a block if you like. Left leg up, left arm high. When you're set up and stable, turn your head left. Maybe peek up and hold for another deep breath. Transition out through standing split. Lower the left hand, forehead to the front shin. One breath. And low lunge, touch your left foot back on the mat. Ardha Hanuman, lower the back knee and straighten the front leg. One breath. Now we're going to hold it here a little bit longer, so you can either keep the hands down or put your hands on blocks if you like. Working this a little bit deeper, slide the right heel out. Slide your left knee back. Keep the hips level. Right, or rather squared off to the front of the mat. I always like to use a block to avoid slipping into something a little too deep that I can't get out of. So feel free to, if you have the space to do it, you can just skip the props altogether and come into your full split pose. Right, otherwise ease in. You can keep the hands down if you need the stability. If you're otherwise good to go, you can come up, chest up, and either lift the arms straight up, or you can take hands to opposite elbows. Ease into the stretch. One more breath. We'll all meet with hands down on the mat. Carefully ease out, slide the right heel in, left knee in. We'll take it back to downward facing dog, press back. You can hold it here or flow through. With your next big inhale, lift the left leg, bend the knee, open the hip, head down. Exhale, level the hips, warrior 1, step your foot through the hands, back heel spins to the mat, press down, lift up, arms high, look up if you can, palms together or separating, one breath. Look forward, humble warrior, arms back, change the grip again, interlace fingers. Open the heart, lengthen, come forward, head down, arms up to the sky. One breath. Warrior 2, press down, bring it all the way up. Open both arms out to the side. One breath. Reverse the warrior, sweep the left arm over. Lower both hands to the inside of the left foot, Skandasana, side lunge, go right. Stretch the left leg, one breath. Bring it back up for warrior two, press down, lift up, right into side angle, Parsvakonasana, left arm down. You can straighten the arm down the left leg, sweep the right arm around, working into whatever variation you did on the first side. So if you did the half bind or the full, go for it. Chest up, lengthen the spine, gaze past the right arm or right shoulder, one more breath. Ardha Chandrasana, look down in front of the left foot, reach the left arm out, block if you want to grab it under the hand, right leg up, right arm high, get yourself set up, still nice, deep breaths, and when you can, look right, maybe peek up, one more breath. Standing split transition, lower the right hand, forehead to the front shin for a breath. Low lunge, touch down, Ardha Hanuman, lower the back knee and straighten the left leg. Again, you can hold it here, and if you want to work it deeper into your full Hanumanasana, if you have space in the hips to do so, just slide the left heel forward, right leg back, keep the hips square to the front of the mat. Otherwise, inch into it, nice and easy, using props as you see fit. I slide one under the front thigh on the tall side, just to help keep me from sliding into something that I know I won't be able to get out of. So yeah, if you're stable enough, you can lift the arms up overhead, or you can hands to opposite elbows. Just switch the grip from the first side. Nice opening stretch, heart opening, shoulder opening here. One more deep breath. We'll return hands back down on the mat. If they're not already there, slide the left heel in, slide the right knee in, and let's take it back to downward facing dog one more time. Shake it off, stretch it out. Option to plank chaturanga. And from your downward facing dog, we'll lift the right leg, bend the knee, open the hip, head down. Exhale, level the hips, bring the knee to the nose and curl it in. Inhale the right leg up. Exhale, fallen triangle pose. Bring your right knee to the left elbow, then kick your right foot all the way through the left side. Roll to the edges of the feet and float the left arm up. Let's give it another deep breath. Look down, lower the left hand, and lower the outer right hip onto the mat. Coming into a nice reclining twist. Bending at your elbows, drop the forearms onto the mat, and you can either keep your, keep yourself here if that's deep enough. If you want to go for it, if you have space to reasonably do so, bring your torso all the way down to the mat. Slide the arms out to the left and to the right like airplane wings. I'm going to go with my head turned toward the left because that feels most comfortable, but if you have the space to do so, if you're not working through any head, neck, or shoulder issues, you can turn your head to the right and look over the right arm. Let's hold for another deep breath or two. It's almost like a revolved half moon, but lying down. A nice twisting shape. We'll ease ourselves out. Slide the hands in to opposite sides of the chest as you lift the chest up and away from the mat. Start bending at the right knee and bring the right knee through. Come into pigeon pose. Slide your left leg back, sit tall. Use props if you need under the right hip or thigh, and of course if you need to modify on the back, feel free to do so. Start by lengthening chest up, then walk the hands out, extending forward, head down. Let's give it a deep breath or two right here. One more. Coming out nice and slow, bring the hands in, lift the head up. Let's roll to the outer right leg and bring the left leg around, coming into a cross-legged seat, Sukhasana. So your left ankle slides in front of the right. Sit tall, lengthen, start with the hands behind you, fingertips on the mat, chest up. If there's room to do so, lean in or walk your hands around, head down, and let's give it another deep breath or two. And walk the hands back in, return upright. We'll come on to hands and knees again, taking it back to downward facing dog. And of course, when you get there, if you want to shake it off, you can. If you want to plank chaturanga, feel free. Optional, of course. And we'll switch out the sides. We'll lift the left leg, bend the knee, open the hip, head down. Level out the hips, bring the knee to the nose, come in. Inhale the left leg up. Exhale, fall in triangle, bring the left knee to the right elbow and kick your left foot through. Roll to the edges of the feet and float the right arm up. It's almost like a modified side plank pose. One more breath. Good. Lower the right hand and lower the left hip onto the mat. Slide the right leg back behind you, bending at the elbows, forearms onto the mat. You can either keep it here or you can lower your torso all the way down onto the mat, sliding arms out to the left and to the right like airplane wings. I'm going to look toward the right, but you can turn your head toward the left if that feels okay to do. And let's give it another deep breath or so. One more time. Let's slide the hands in to opposite sides of the chest, pressing away from your mat, setting up your pigeon pose. Bend the left knee, start bringing the knee through, right leg back, sit tall. Level the hips, props if you want to use them to keep the hips level. Modify on the back if you need to, and if you're otherwise good to go, slide the arms out, lower the head down, and let's take 2 to 3 deep breaths. Coming out nice and easy, head up, slide the hands in, and rolling to the outer left leg, sweep the right leg around, coming into Sukhasana, your cross-legged seat, right ankle lined up in front of the left. Start with your hands behind you, fingertips resting on the mat, chest up. If there's room to do so, lean in and or walk your hands out. Keep the sit bones on the mat and let's give it another deep breath or two. One more. Releasing out, walk the hands in, come up. We'll unwrap the legs, bending up at the knees. Roll down onto your back and hug your knees in toward the chest. Rock a little, happy baby pose. If you'd like to go upside down, this is the opportunity to do so. Setting up shoulder stand. I'm gonna modify mine today by taking a block underneath the sacrum, lifting up the hips and sliding a block underneath. So you can do the same, support yourself, or go into the active inversion. If you'd rather do something like Supta Baddha Konasana or another restorative stretch, feel free to do that. I'm just getting over being sick, so I'm trying to still take things easy a little bit. Right, it's always important to listen to your body and give it what it needs, right? And let's hold for another deep breath or two if you're upside down. Then carefully lower out. Make sure to do your counter stretch for your inversion. I'm going to take the block between the shoulder blades and roll back into my supported fish pose. And if you're in a restorative stretch, you can either stay there for the remainder of practice, or you can take a counter stretch. Right? If you're in Supta Baddha Konasana, you can hug the knees in, windshield wiper the knees. And let's take another deep breath or two right here. And we'll release out, removing any props, just move them to the side, roll onto your backs and start setting up your Shavasana. Lay back, relax, letting go of your practice, letting go of any Ujjayi breath. Feel free to cover yourself with a blanket if you choose, or put on a sweater. Anything to make yourself a little bit more comfortable and avoid getting too chilly in your final relaxation today. Separating the feet, drop the arms out, turning the palms up. Close your eyes. Just embracing these few moments of stillness before returning to your day. Feel free to remain longer if you have time to do so in your Shavasana. Otherwise, I will leave you here today. Thank you for once again sharing your practice with me. Until we see each other on the mat, namaste.